joining me now is the CEO of the American Jewish Committee, Ted Deutch. He's also a former Democratic congressman from Florida. Congressman, first of all, our deepest condolences on this horrible, horrible day. You knew the victims. They were gunned down after attending your organization's event, which was focused, again, this was an event focused on bringing humanitarian aid to Gaza. Tell us more about Sarah and Yaron.
Jake, thanks. First of all, it's such a tragic loss of two beautiful souls. Sarah, we've all come to learn, America has come to learn a lot about Sarah and Yaron, but for us, they were partners of AJC. We worked closely with them. Sarah was deeply involved in the work that AJC does that was on full display last night, that was focused, as you point out, on humanitarian diplomacy, on trying to bring people together. She participated in programs with us, trying to bring together people from across the region in the Middle East. That's what's so horrific about this. You know, I was just listening to your last conversation, and the best thing we can do to help honor the memory of Yaron and Sarah is to not accept that this is just the reality. That to be a Jew in America or in the world just means that you have to fear being out in public with another group of Jews. That's the moment that we've now come to. What happened last night compels us to reject that reality and to stand together, Jews and non-Jews alike, to make sure that we don't ever have to see this kind of tragedy again.
The location of this event was not listed online, I assume for security reasons. According to your group's website, the location was only provided to those who registered. So was this an intentional security-related move, do you think? How do you think the suspect was able to bypass this?
We are awaiting the results of the investigation. We don't know the answer to that. We obviously take security very seriously. We had security inside, and security guards who apprehended him when he came inside. Tragically, what happened that this awful these murders took place outside, and the response from the administration, from the Trump administration, and from Mayor Bowser's administration, police department, the attorney general, everyone had jumped right into this. And for all of that, we're grateful. Now the question is making sure that we understand exactly what happened here, so that the prosecution can go forward, and so that all of us in the community can understand how something like this could ever happen.
This doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? The guy just didn't wake up out of nowhere and decide to do this, the suspect. This is interesting to me. The Anti-Defamation League's Jonathan Greenblatt told me earlier today that anti-Semitism on Twitter, or X, is, quote, terrible and, quote, unambiguously awful. Last night, the CEO of X, Linda Yaccarino, I think is her name, she posted, quote, anti-Semitism and violence have no place in America. The murder of 2 Israeli embassy employees last night is a tragedy we can't ignore. I'm praying for the family, friends, and colleagues. But she says there's no place for anti-Semitism in America. She works for a website that provides a huge place for anti-Semitism, and she says it can't be ignored. I mean, don't the leaders of Twitter or X pretty much ignore the anti-Semitism going on that site?
Every social media company, Jake, every single one, has a series of standards that are meant to prevent anti-Semitism and other forms of hate on their sites. These are their own rules, and time again, they fail to enforce their own rules. What happens on so many social media outlets is horrific. It's true, and it's part of the problem. But you have to zoom out to actually think about what's really happening here. Jake, when you normalize the idea that someone can march down the streets in America or show up on a college campus in America and dress like a terrorist, wearing the headband of a terrorist group, celebrate the massacre of Jews, the worst attack on the Jewish community on October 7th since the Holocaust. When you see people chanting slogans like globalize the Intifada, this is not just rhetoric. This is incitement. It was only a matter of time that that kind of rhetoric led to this kind of violence. No one wants to be right about that, but everyone's been saying it. It's time that the community as a whole, that America as a whole, reject this anti-Semitism. What does that mean? It means that when they see this kind of anti-Semitism on social media, they raise it, they report it. It means that when they see Jewish students that are not allowed to cross the main quad on campus because they're Jews, that they talk to the university and they don't tolerate it. It means that when they see anti-Semitism in businesses, that they talk to the owner and they call them out on it. This is what would happen with any other kind of hatred. We would never just sit back and shake our heads or look the other way. We can't afford to do it here. Our allies and friends across America and across the world, this is a moment when we need them to stand up together. And if they don't know how to do it, then come to us, come to AJC, come to the Jewish community for the kind of guidance that they need. But my God, after what happened last night, we have to just stop talking about whether anti-Semitism comes more from the right or more from the left, and where do we see it? We know it's everywhere, and we know that only by everyone working together will we be able to fight it.
Now, the whole thing about when Democrats will only condemn anti-Semitism when it's on the right, or Republicans will only condemn anti-Semitism when it's on the left, it's so cynical, and it's the coin of the realm here in Washington, D.C.
And you know what, Jake? And we've talked about this. The anti-Semites, the ones who commit these horrific acts, they don't check anyone's political affiliation. The anti-Semitism doesn't decide that you're a particular kind of Jew. It's a millennia-old hatred. Yeah. It's a hatred that people need to understand to fight it. We have to do it together. You have to be able to call it out, even when it's coming, especially when it's coming from people that you know and that you work with. That's how we can do this together. We have to do this.
I think I can count on one hand the number of members of Congress that are willing to call out anti-Semitism on their own side. Ted Deutch, thank you so much. It's good to see you.